Welcome, everybody. Today we're going to be speaking about the surrounding areas of Miami and one or two extra areas of Miami we didn't cover. I'm just going to give a quick, brief overview of areas in the surrounding vicinity, such as Fort Lauderdale, Boca, West Palm Beach, Homestead, Key West, because these are all very strategic and important elements that make up South Florida. Miami is the one that obviously has the most cachet. It's got the most marketing worldwide, but our other areas close by are equally as special and equally as beach-laden and activity-laden as many of the other counterparts in Miami. So I just wanted to give a brief introduction to some of the places so you all are aware of what's around in the surrounding area. Now, for instance, just on the border between Dade and Broward County, which is Miami and sort of Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale, is an area called Hollandale, and then Hollywood, and then Fort Lauderdale. That's what's to the north of Miami. So just so you all also understand, the Fort Lauderdale airport is very close to that border. It's about 15 minutes away. So both the Fort Lauderdale airport and the Miami airport are actually quite close to each other. They're less than an hour apart. And I'll just show you a quick picture over here of South Florida so you have an idea of where it is. Now, as you see, we have, as you see, we have many beautiful maps here. So this is Palm Beach, and this is Broward, and this is Miami-Dade. So those are the main parts of South Florida, and of course we also have Monroe County here, which is where Homestead is situated. So here's a more up-close view of the map. So this is Monroe County. A lot of these areas are what make up Key Biscayne and such. There's different places all around here where people can go boating and fishing, and as I had mentioned, currently we're actually having the Fort Lauderdale International Yacht and Boat Show, which is going on right here in Broward County. So it's just on the water with all of the mega yachts happening. And so let me start off by showcasing a little bit in Fort Lauderdale. Our group actually went to go visit the W Fort Lauderdale residences last week, and they have some interesting things, so we'll be showing that video a little later or in a different segment. And as well, we have right here, let's see here, we've got West Palm Beach, and West Palm Beach is just north of Fort Lauderdale. That's another very key area. A lot of interesting homes, all different price points. They're also on the water. If you guys remember the Mar-a-Lago, which was very famous, that's up there, Donald Trump's place. And then Key West is the area closest to Cuba. So Key West is what I have here. And as you see, there's a lot of beautiful Caribbean-looking offerings there. There's Hemingway's house. We've got Duval Street. Many different nice things to explore, and people can go snorkeling and fishing and lots of water activities everywhere in South Florida, basically. A lot of the cruise lines, they like to stop there in Key West and sort of explore. So feel free to go onto any of these sites or Google any of these other cities if you're not familiar with them. As you know, that's a beautiful big conch shell. Let me go to Palm Beach now. Let me see, West Palm Beach. Just worked on a little piece for them as well, but they have many different interesting attractions also. So let me go to this page and show you all some of the interesting things that they have available. They have a beautiful area called City Place, and there's a lot of shopping to be done there. Clematis Street is very colorful. They've got wonderful architecture everywhere. And the Flagler Museum. Flagler is the one who brought the train down here to Florida. So he was one of these super uber wealthy magnates that helped to grow a lot of South Florida. We've got the Kravis Center. They do a lot of concerts, all sorts of performances, more than 800 per year. So that's really a wonderful thing. It's about an hour away from Miami, so not very far. So from the northernmost part of Miami to Palm Beach is a little under an hour, but since Palm Beach also spans a distance, it depends on which part you want to go to explore. They have all sorts of museums there and sanctuaries as well. The McCarthy Wildlife Sanctuary, which I have to go hit soon. We've got the Norton Museum of Art, the Palm Beach Zoo, the South Florida Science Museum. There's really interesting, beautiful things. West Palm Beach is very picturesque. There's an area called Worth Avenue, and it kind of has many different art galleries and stores. It looks very much like Rodeo Drive, or just a beautiful, upscale, classy place. And we have Fort Lauderdale as well. Let me just go back to the Fort Lauderdale site. And Las Olas is right in the center, in the heart of Fort Lauderdale. It's got many beautiful, picturesque dining places for you to go to, many art galleries as well. This is the beach that's right there when you go over the Las Olas Street over to the causeway. Then you'll be situated in between the 17th Street Causeway and Sunrise Boulevard. So in between there is where Las Olas Boulevard is. And again, right along the beach, there's all sorts of different places to eat breakfast, to eat lunch, to people watch. You can go onto the sand, of course. And here's one of the pictures so you have an idea of these canals that I was mentioning. There's all sorts of homes and all different price points in these neighboring areas. Of course, if you're on the water, it's a little more expensive, but it's great to be able to navigate through, because right away you can be in open waters, as you see. So, as you see, many chain restaurants or small, interesting restaurants. There's a Boca Town Center. There's large houses there. So for everyone looking to possibly buy or rent here in South Florida, if Miami is a little too tight or congested, because now they're really trying to promote this urban living, then we've got other options that are not too far away, such as Hollywood or Boca. So now Boca, for instance, it's got a town center, and that's the main mall. It's got all the beautiful large stores. And let me show you these areas, and I'm sure if you come to South Florida, you would love to be on a boat. So, especially if you're suffering from the winter time. Okay, that's Argentina. The Boca Resort is a beautiful place. It's not even so obvious here, but it's all pink, and the whole inside has sort of that Spanish old feel with the dark old wood. It's really quite stunning. And there's a lot of huge golf courses all across South Florida. Boca and West Palm are even known for a lot of theirs. So really spacious. All of the houses are really far apart. There's a lot more areas. There are newer houses in general. If you want to be a little further from that action, as I said, there's other towns further north, such as Pompano, Boca, West Palm Beach, and such. So there's a lot of options and a lot of things to do in all of those towns further north, and as well as further south, which is what I mentioned about Homestead and Key Largo, Key West, all of these areas. So thank you again, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.